Run to win. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one receives the prize? So run that you may obtain it. 1 Corinthians 9:24. The name Nike is the Greek word for victory. It's interesting that the name for the shoe company and the term marathon have their origins in the same event. The 26-mile race we term a marathon commemorates the run of the soldier Phidippides from the battlefield at the site of the town of Marathon, Greece, to Athens in 490 BC, bringing news of a Greek victory over the Persians. Legend has it that Phidippides delivered the momentous message, Nike, then collapsed and died. In the verses above in 1 Corinthians, the Apostle Paul wrote to the church at Corinth, comparing the Christian race with the Isthmus Games that were similar to the Olympics. The best athletes from all over the ancient world would gather at Corinth every 2 years to compete. Paul said that the Corinthians, and to you and me today, run in such a way that you may win. He said, an athlete exercises self-control in all things. They discipline themselves. They do whatever it takes to win. Why do they go through all of that? Because they are planning to run in such a way that they will be sure to win. And as these athletes discipline themselves physically as they prepare to win, so you discipline yourself and prepare to win spiritually. The athletes, Paul says, go through all of this training and discipline and hard work to win a crown that perishes, a wreath made of olive leaves. But we are working for a crown that will never fade away. Paul's point to the Corinthians is this: if you will just commit yourself to the Christian walk as these athletes are committed to their sports, you're going to do very well as a Christian. Archaeological discovery. The Temech seal, a stone seal bearing the name of one of the families who acted as servants in the first temple, and then returned to Jerusalem after being exiled to Babylonia, has been uncovered in an archaeological excavation in Jerusalem's city of David. A news release from the Jerusalem Post from January 17, 2008 announced an archaeological find in Israel's ancient holy city. Dr. Eilat Mazar, who is overseeing an excavation just outside the old city, stated that earlier that week, before a 2,500-year-old black stone seal was found with the name Temech engraved on it, which has been identified as the Tema of our common versions. The seal, dated at 538 to 445 BC, is elliptical in shape, measuring 2.1 by 1.8 centimeters, about 3/4 of an inch. The tiny artifact contains an image of two bearded priests standing on either side of an incense altar with their hands raised forward in a position of worship. In addition, a crescent moon, the symbol of the chief Babylonian god Sin, appears on top of the altar. The rubble where the seal was found is near the area where the Nethinim were housed in the days of Nehemiah. One of the families that returned from the captivity under Zerubbabel's leadership was that of Temech, or Tema, from Ezra 2:53, and from Nehemiah 7:55. The Tema family was a portion of the larger body known as the Nethinim, who were servants of the Levites in the temple, from Ezra chapter 8, verse 20. There are two important points that relate to this discovery. First, as Dr. Mazar has stated, the seal of the Temech family gives us a direct connection between archaeology and the biblical sources and serves as actual evidence of a family mentioned in the Bible. One cannot help being astonished by the credibility of the biblical source as seen by the archaeological find. This information was published in the Christian Courier. Those are our thoughts for today.